Developing right now, the widow of a Beaumont man who died Easter Sunday from COVID-19 complications is now hospitalized with the virus herself. 44-year-old Chris Segura was the worship leader at Borden Chapel Missionary Baptist Church and the finance manager at Classic Kia. Today, his wife Stephanie tested positive for the same illness that killed the love of her life. And tonight, the 55-year-old widow asking KFDM's Angel San Juan to share her message with Southeast Texans. Angel, Stephanie Segura wants more people tested for the virus.
Yes, she does, Greg, and the Port Arthur mayor is trying to make her wish come true. For the first time since this pandemic started spreading here in Southeast Texas, there's going to be an opportunity that people can get tested for coronavirus just because. They don't have to suffer any symptoms nor meet a criteria. Just call a phone number that we'll share with you in moments. Stephanie Segura has hardly had any time to mourn the loss of her husband, Chris. He died Sunday, and 4 days later, the 55-year-old widow finds herself in the same hospital where her husband took his last breath, suffering from the same virus that claimed his life, COVID-19.
I don't even know what to think anymore. I just can't do anything but pray right now, Angel. That's all I can do is pray.
Since she's hospitalized, we spoke to Stephanie over the phone. She says the couple struggled to get Chris treatment, even though he had all the symptoms of coronavirus. When they finally learned the correct diagnosis, it was too late for the 44-year-old who was the worship leader at Borden Chapel Missionary Baptist Church and the finance manager at Classic Kia, where Stephanie also works. Stephanie, too, faced a delay. She could not get tested for COVID-19. She says she called the coronavirus hotline several times and kept getting refused.
They told me that I couldn't or they would not do the test because it was too early. And I said, what is too early? If my husband has it, then that means he's had it for a week or two. So that means I'm sure I already have it. So they still said no.
Stephanie says it was not until her husband was on a ventilator in ICU that she finally got tested at Baptist Hospital the day before Chris died. And now, as she lies in a hospital bed with the dreaded virus, she's urging Southeast Texans not to take no as an answer.
Everyone, that if you have any idea, what I'm going through, I promise you would be in a line right now trying to get tested.
Port Arthur Mayor Thurman Barty is going to make that possible for his citizens. In conjunction with the Jefferson County Health Department, Mayor Barty announced free COVID-19 testing will be available from 9 until noon, Friday and Monday for Port Arthur residents, regardless of whether they have any symptoms. He says more testing must happen before any decision can be made on lifting stay-at-home orders.
If we would decide that another date would be a better date for us, we would respectfully decline to participate on that given date that maybe the president or the governor would actually suggest, and give a date that we know we would be in a better position to not to have a relapse.
During a news conference outside City Hall Thursday, Mayor Barty also told reporters coronavirus is hitting the African American community hard, and Port Arthur has a large minority population.
I don't want anyone to get it wrong that we are just trying to test African Americans, but because the larger percentage of the individuals who live within the city of Port Arthur happen to be of an African American descent, we want to be sure that they are healthy. We want to be sure that all Hispanics are healthy. We want to be sure that all Asians are healthy. We want to be sure that all whites are healthy. We want to be sure that everyone who calls Port Arthur home is a healthy individual.
The testing will take place in the parking lot outside the Jefferson County Sub-Courthouse. Mayor Barty says testing must be more readily available and accessible to a larger pool of people to claim victory over the virus.
You may get a greater number if you are able to do it on your home turf. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have other tests that will have arrived, and we can continue doing this until we've tested every citizen of Port Arthur. That's my goal.
Unlike other test sites, the only criteria Port Arthur citizens must meet is to call a phone number. Jefferson County's mobile medical van will be set up in that parking lot of the sub-courthouse. That's in downtown Port Arthur at the corner of Waco Avenue and 4th Street. Residents must first call 983-8383. 84. Greg?